Alright, this is the channel that I'm going to be starting on. This channel is called Time to Write, or TTW for short. Now, we have a few things we're going to cover on this overview. I first off want to preface that this channel is supervised under a guardian, so keep that out of the road. And yes, I did make the thistle in the wind. That was me. But what I want to do is I'm going to talk you through the quick video format. So first off, this is going to act as episode 0 to the Time to Write series, which I will continue on. During this series, I will give an overview of series, my thoughts, and eventually, once we get big enough, we can actually start writing with people, showing my ideas off to the world and all that sort of jazz. Now, I have a few dot points here that I want to get through. First is the overview. Now, in today's episode 0, we're just going to be talking about me, what I've done, what's to come, and my taste. That is all 4 dot points that I've listed. Now, today we are going to be talking, of course, about me, as I've already prefaced, but in the next day or two, we're going to do another episode on prose poetry, and we're going to compare some prose poetry with my prose poetry. After that, we're going to do a National Writers Month style video. And then for the next 31 days in November, we're going to do National Writers Month log, where I may walk through the story. I haven't really got that far yet, but that is the plan so far. Okay, what have I done? Now, I am a writer, as always. I did a little bit of poetry with The Thistle in the Wind, which is on my channel. It's the first video. But I mainly write fantasy, and I mainly write psychological fantasy. So the really deep philosophical and psychological aspects of fantasy is what I like to write. That is where my writing skills sort of slot into, you know? So even though I've tried different genres, I really am liking the fantasy and psychological philosophical sort of area of writing. Now, I did do a National Writers Month challenge back all the way in May. I got 50,000 words in the month, 50,030 words, I think, which is a lot. 50,000 is a novel, but that was a really hard challenge. So this next one, we're going to be stepping it down. The goal is 27,000 words. Of course, I want to add editing and all that sort of jazz into the story, since the last one I sort of kind of edited, but it still really needs reworking. So coming out of the National Writers Month, I really felt confident, and I waited until November, which is in a few more days as of this recording, and we're going to participate again. We're not going to put our works on the website, but we will log it all on here on YouTube and potentially TikTok. I haven't got that far into where I'm going to post this. Now, I wrote a story. My first ever story was Loop of Lies. That was around 13,000 words. That was for school. So I really enjoyed that story, and then that later transitioned into me looking into the writing field, and then of course into National Writers Month, which really fascinated me, and then I did that in May. So I kind of wish I logged that better, as in like a YouTube style. I do have logs of every day of what I did, which we may dig through on this channel later on in time, but for current episode 0, we're nowhere near that. I really want to take this channel to the moon. I really want to have people that actually watch this content and that actually enjoy this. So this may be a very long series. Like, I'm really thinking about doing a lot of things with the Time to Write series. I also want this to become like the hub of my writing, basically. I may share my writing in future, as in like the National Writers Month writing, maybe. That's about all on my field. That is what I like, the psychological, philosophical. I really vibe with anything at the end of the day. And there's really nothing that I don't like, to be honest. And that's what I do like, that's my taste, that's what's to come on this channel, that's my goals. We've done the overview. Let me check my notes here. That's really realistically about it. Now, the final thing that I want to preface is really, at the end of the day, if you are looking into writing, just try it, first off, but really look deep, okay? Writing in itself has so many different subfields within writing as a whole aspect that it literally spans all of history. Ever since we could write in history, there's been hundreds of thousands of fields. So if you are looking into the writing, but you may not enjoy writing typical stories or typical fantasy stories or something around that genre, maybe you like to write romance stories, or you like to go deep and do the psychological, philosophical stories, right? Maybe you just vibe with comedy stories, you know? At the end of the day, it's what you like, and you really got to find a field that fits you. Now, I, myself, really enjoy writing. You really have to look into what field of writing you like. I'm going to put up a quote on the screen, which I made. Now, I was going to originally do this and then go bing, and then have the quote pop up. But that's copying too much, so we're going to do this. Ready? Ready? Dream! There we go. See the quotes on the screen now? That worked. Oh, visual effects. Okay. This quote. What is the quote? I can't see because I'm recording right now. The quote goes along the lines of, I love to write when I'm writing, and I hate to write when I'm not writing. Now, this really prefaces my entire channel. I hate writing right now. I could not bear the thought to write anything right now. I literally hate it, to the core. But the second I start writing, I enjoy it. Like, I'm talking the best enjoyment I've ever had in life. Like, this is definitely a field that I want to go into in life in general, as in like writing and an author of that regard. But at the end of the day, this channel's its main goal is to reach people. And I want to change people's lives. Because at the end of the day, right, this channel may garner 100 views. This video itself may have 10 views. But I don't care about that. I really want to preface that I am making this channel to show my work to an audience, hopefully. And I'm also making this channel to inspire an audience. I myself come from Gen Alpha, which, oh my god, generations, No. I myself come from Gen Alpha, and I myself used to come from this really bad environment. And ever since I found writing, I feel like I've matured a lot. Right? Ever since I found writing, I really found myself in that way. I found my own voice, and I found my own way to talk. So I'm gonna make this channel to get my work out there, point one, and to inspire people, right? I want this channel to inspire people. I want people to look at me and go, wow, he's very inspiring. That's a bad point. Cut that out. Yeah, cut that part out. Now, quick thing before I go. Posting schedule, don't have one, so yeah, I'm just gonna post when I can post. It may be for the first few months of running this channel, like a video maybe once or every second day. If you have any recommendations for, oh my god, we left that out. Okay, quick thing. Books I like to read. Now this could be a whole topic, but as you can see from the shirt, cool skeleton. I really enjoy Japanese. The whole Japanese literature. I'm talking like No Longer Human. Oh, grab. I really love Japanese literature, and it is apparent in what I actually buy. So here we have No Longer Human. It's a bit backwards because the text is backwards. And we have The Flowers of Buffoonery, right? I haven't finished The Flowers of Buffoonery, but No Longer Human was a masterpiece. And that could be a video in itself. We also have Night is Short, Walk On Girl. We know the camera's over here. This is the best romance comedy I've ever read. Preface to buy. And then of course you got the GOAT, Black Butler. Yeah, you know. I love the 1800s. I love the Butler style, and I love that. So, Now that we got that out of the way, we can actually go back to the end. As I was saying, really want to inspire people, really want to show my work. I'm happy for recommendations. I may not be able to read everything you guys recommend me. There may not even be people to recommend me things. But with consistency, great stride, and great walking posture, we shall reach the top. I want to be able to show my work to people, and I want to be able to reach an audience to where there's so many people that I can't even respond to anymore. That is where that's the goal so far. But the main one is inspiring people, right? Okay, that is a long video. I got to do a lot of cuts in this, but that is episode 0, TTWI, MTTW. That is not my real name, but that is who I'm going to go by. As always, stay writing, stay reading, stay loving literature, and everything in between. And this is episode 1 of the Time to Write series. Signing off. Hope you liked it.